Alright, so I was avoiding the pure topic for video. Honestly, I don't know why I was avoiding this topic. Just about every wrestling content creator has at some point talked about this, and I guess it's my turn. Now, American wrestling theme songs have not been in the best state they could possibly be in, mainly because Def Rebel has been running WWE's entire list of theme songs for the last couple of years. Now, they did start off fairly well with stuff like Roman Reigns' Head of the Table and Seth Rollins' Visionary and Io Sky's Tokyo Shock, stuff like that. Ilya Dragunov's Death Waltz and stuff like that. It's almost as if they make a certain kind of theme really good, but for the majority of the roster, they just leave that entire formula behind and put together a conglomeration of nothingness with a trap drum kit behind it. And it's almost as if they have like two template drum kits and just use those exact same things on every single song. And legitimately, it feels like they made 95% of their theme songs for nobody in particular and then just put a drum kit on it. Just trap snares and trap hi-hats, and now it doesn't feel like there's anything behind it. It doesn't feel like it was made for somebody. It feels like it was made in a massive list of just generic themes we can use on anybody and it'll work. And it'll be fine. It won't be the best theme song ever. It will likely be the worst theme song they ever come out to, but maybe if they become a big enough star, we'll give them something more their speed. They'll make a song like Tokyo Shock for Io Sky, but then when they throw Io Sky in a faction called Damage Control, they make a song called We Got the Rage, which far from my favorite theme song, let me tell you, but it worked. And then they booted Bailey out and took the English lyrics out and swapped them for Japanese lyrics and called it Still the Baddest. It's a little better, but the music's still the same. So for like LA Knight, he already had a really good theme song, and then they added drums, and then they added more drums, and they added guitar. It's crazy how they'll do this to people of note. People with the most recognizable theme songs, they'll just take it and make it some generic slop, and I don't know if they're happy with it. If they are, more power to them. But the Rebel Heart to Bet on Yourself swap, that was the most hurtful, almost disrespectful one. Like, that was a drop. That was definitely a flat and overproduced theme song when they changed it. That was a problem. A lot of these theme songs lack personality. It feels like... And then there's the ones where if they didn't put a vocal sting on it in the beginning, you're not going to know who's coming out. I saw a lot of people very confused when Finn Balor came out at that Royal Rumble. And the thing is, because I like Finn Balor, I recognized it because it's the new faction theme. But he didn't come out to his own theme song. He came out to the faction's theme song, which nobody recognized because it's a generic hip-hop song. It's just a generic hip-hop theme song. It didn't feel made for anybody, regardless of what the lyrics say. And I get that vocal stings have been a thing for a very long time, and some people might ask for something like that. But there's good ways to do that. There's good ways to... I do miss when there's that feeling as a kid a lot of wrestling fans had, where they almost thought that the person singing or rapping in their theme song was the wrestler themselves. I know I was definitely convinced with Mark Henry and Big Show and the Hardys. Jeff Hardy kind of, but and I think that's really the John Cena effect of him making his own theme song like that and making it so popular. And Shawn Michaels, of course. But as a kid, you would just think, oh man, they sung that themselves. That's crazy. Even though they didn't, and it was like another artist. But it always felt like it was a story about the wrestler themselves who is now entering the arena. It doesn't feel like that so much for a lot of people now, and it's very noticeable. It gets more noticeable every single time a theme song changes in WWE, which is another reason why I'm so grateful for Mikey Ruckus in AEW, because he doesn't miss much. And even when a lot of people say he misses, I don't agree. I just don't. A lot of people didn't like that new Anna Jay theme song. I liked it immediately because it fit her character. It does. And if you didn't like actually listen to her old theme song, you wouldn't get this one. I completely understand this theme song and it's really good. But it's a situation where nearly every single person's theme song, you know immediately who's coming out. Instantly. Whether there's a vocal sting in the beginning or not. You hear, I am the learning tree, but even if you didn't, it's a Chris Jericho song. It's a Fozzy song. And I feel like the openness of allowing people to get their theme songs made by another artist, just a separate artist in that genre that they're going for, I feel like that helps a lot too, with Daniel Garcia going for a literal drill song for his theme song. I mean, like Gabe Kidd did in New Japan. It's awesome. And then the House of Black was definitely going for Dead Body. And of course, Brody King is obviously the lead vocalist of God's Hate. He made his theme song as well. Swerve made his theme song as well. Leo Rush made his theme song as well. You can make your own stuff. You can make it for you. I remember Scorpio Sky was coming out to a song that was a story about him. I think that's awesome. Sammy Guevara is doing it too. These theme songs are literally made for the person that's coming out to them. And it's not always just a copyright-free theme song. I know they did for Queen Aminata and some other people, but there's gonna be a point where they bring it in-house. It's good, it's still good. Just like the Outrunners had The Man Who Made a Monster as their theme song for a good little bit, actually. And it fit them perfectly, but they still had to bring it in-house. I'm sure they had their own reasons why they couldn't keep using it, but if you can have a song really fitting for you, it will be brought in-house. And it'll still be good with Mikey Ruckus making your theme song. But they definitely recognize that if you had a New Japan Pro Wrestling theme song, and it is ingrained into your character, and the fans like it, you like it, they don't see why not let you keep it. Jay White's using his New Japan theme right now. Kenny occasionally goes back to his New Japan theme. Ospreay's been carrying Elevated with him for a decade probably now. Now you can also bring up Cody Rhodes, bringing Kingdom around with him, his entire climb back up to, well, if you would call it a climb back up to WWE. They left WWE, got Kingdom made and just carried it all the way, and then they finally decided to gimmick the woe of the theme song, and I think that was a good idea. I do think AEW could have capitalized on that. I wouldn't have thought of it, I will say that. I would not have thought of that. But overall, it does seem that the WWE theme song situation at the moment is in a very odd place, because sometimes I will see them continue to do the same thing they've been doing. They'll make the generic sounding theme will add a unique vocal sting to it that definitely identifies who's coming out, but then the rest of it will be generic song 58 in a big old folder that just happens to look or sound like what we got going on with this character here. And I'll hear them do that with the Candice LeRae and it'll get trashed on. I'll hear them do that with American Made, it'll get trashed on. Then they'll do it with like a Penta and it'll get praised. Or Stephanie Vaquer. I think they were using a literal YouTube stock song for her theme song for a little bit. Yeah, I definitely feel like there can be a lot more effort put into those theme songs in making it feel like the character that is coming out. There was nearly no other feeling there's probably no other feeling that can compare to Kane coming out to Slow Chemical, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like Slow Chemical was Kane's best theme song. And it was made by a completely separate band. From Finger 11 made that. Brought it on over. And if I feel like that should be a thing that can happen. Especially in a company that big at this point. I feel like that should be a thing that can happen with not so much issue. I don't know, man. And then Def Rebel comes up and makes Rhea Ripley's theme song, where they partner with Motionless in White, and it's one of their best theme songs they've made so far. I think it's kind of crazy. Now, I do feel that they had the right idea with Tiffany Stratton on her theme song. I feel like they went to the right artist there. And then I think they changed it again, not gonna lie, but I feel like they were on the right track. And now for the actual event theme songs they're choosing, for the event theme songs they're choosing, it's almost like they'll take, because I listen to an absolutely insane amount of music right now, and it feels like it's like they'll take my least favorite song out of an album I liked. And it kind of feels like they're taunting me at that point. Now, I will say New Way Out by Poppy grew on me, but it was far from my favorite song on that album. It was probably the most popular song on the album, I'll say that, but it was far from my favorite song on the album. And that's okay. That's my opinion. I never usually end up liking the biggest song, and that's alright. Now, for some reason, the last couple of WrestleManias, they've been using The Weeknd, which, sure, we're definitely going for the spectacle side of this event and not the yo, these guys are gonna hurt each other side of this event, but he definitely makes arena music, I'll say that. Looks like they're going Fiend for, I think it's Fiend this year for WrestleMania. Alright, certainly not my choice off of Utopia, but I knew Fiend was gonna get popular as soon as I heard it. As soon as I saw Playboy Cardi was on it, I knew it was gonna get popular. But it made WrestleMania, I suppose. But I do feel that Triple H has an eye on that style of metal and rock. He definitely used a lot of Poppy during NXT, and that's cool. I thought that was very cool. New Way Out, sure, it's a good choice for Elimination Chamber. It adds up. Makes sense. Title makes sense for this event. But I might have chosen something else, but it was a fine choice. I'll accept that one. There was a long period of time where they were using the most mainstream stuff they could find, and it was like they're not actually looking, and it's okay, I guess, but it wasn't fun for my ears. AEW's making theme songs that are better choices than a lot of the WWE licensed songs choices. If you haven't just sat and listened to it, listen to Achievement Unlocked for Forbidden Door, listen to For the Glory for the first Wrestle Dream, then you can listen to Glory Forever for the next one, and then listen to the Fight for the Fallen theme. That was really good. I can't believe how good that one was. But this video's drawn long enough, I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been talking a while. I haven't even been thinking. I've just been going on about everything I think about these theme songs and such. I will say one more thing though. When it comes to the event theme songs, it's really like, but I think all that culminates to the big phrase, get off my, I'm kidding, Fire Deaf Rebels.